The important thing to remember about Minneapolis musically, I really think that like it was kind of a perfect melting pot of musical styles. Obviously, there's all these different genres kind of melting, not melting together necessarily, but they were all represented and like kind of you couldn't help but be give it putting an ear to it and being sort of influenced by it. Go by everything from 1984 out of Minneapolis and you'll get a good idea what was happening. Maybe I'm imagining it more than it was, but I really think that made Minneapolis very special at that point, was because of all the different musical things going on.
The Twin Cities, Minneapolis in particular, was, I think comparable to Detroit in the 60s where, you had North Side music like Prince, Terry and Jimmy, South Side, Huskers Replacements. It wasn't just punk rock or twin tone. And it wasn't just Paisley Park or Prince.
Right, Bob. Where are we? Where are you taking me?
We are at 1451 University Avenue in St. Paul, Minnesota. This used to be Northern Lights Records. It was the basement in which Husker Du originally rehearsed.
And now it is?
Now it is Divine Cuts by Rome.
A hair salon. The record store is no more.
The record store is no more. It's much like my hair. No more.
Don't do this.
Oh my gosh. When this was all a big record store, my band used to rehearse down there.
Oh, okay, so what song was it that you all did?
Remember the Mary Tyler Moore Show?
Yeah.
We used to do a version of that song. People always used to like that.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
What's
good.
your name?
My name is Bob. Bob Mould.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
This is the basement. This is Divine Cuts.
Wow, this is different. Yeah, it's changed a lot.
So we talked about 35 years almost.
Yeah. No. Wow. This is where all that noise started. There's still a record store next door, right? Or they're
It's
best?
actually next door.
That door that way. Okay, yeah. It's Cabaret Voltaire. Oh my gosh, these are all the. Look, Celibate Rifles have their own section. Look at that. Butthole Surfers. It's awesome.
Was there any rivalry between Minneapolis and St. Paul?
Yes.
There probably still is.
Unequivocally.
There better be.
I felt like the St. Paul thing, it was a smaller town, so it kind of ran deeper. So the people would come to shows in Minneapolis, and they would much identify St. Paul.
With Huskers, we definitely felt like we were waving the St. Paul flag. And that it was very different than the Minneapolis flag.
Hey, it's me in there. Hi, me.
Everything that happened in Minneapolis, not really happened in St. Paul. There were things that started to kind of happen. There's more things now. Now there's more things happening than there was back. St. Paul has always been sort of like the illegitimate stepchild of Minneapolis in that regard. 22nd and Bryant, Minneapolis. That house is still standing. It looks nothing like that anymore. They got rid of the staircase, I think, in front. They put a garage in the back where I had fallen off a tree and landed on a picket fence and sliced my armpit open. And I was there. It's still there. I owe it all to Bob because he gave me this life that I have, that I cherish somewhat. He's a guitar player, and he came in with this guy that he had lived with in this group home setting. He showed me how to play bass. He caught me messing around with it one day. That guy did. The beauty of it is he bribed me to play bass by offering me candy bars and Cokes and things like that. Because I'd cry when he'd keep pushing me, like, it hurts, and eventually we played our first gig or so, and I realized that, oh, someone likes me now.
He's my favorite guitar player. He had this chaotic style, and seeing them with him was very special. And the few times I saw him with them are some of the best shows I've ever seen in my life. I had read that someone, friends and family, had put together this bench for Bob Stinson in memoriam, and apparently it's somewhere he liked to hang out. And in true Replacements fashion, it's sort of not much. It's understated, and it's not super rock and roll. It's conflicted, and The Replacements were like my team, like the same way the Minnesota Twins were, you know? Like you felt a part of it, you felt a part of Husker Du. Because they were from this place where you were, and I was always pretty well aware we were in the middle of the country, we were far away from things, and it was exciting when things around us did well.
Before she figures out what's wrong, put another record on. She picks it up and she carries it
One of
across.
my colleagues at work said that the whole study was all about, it was really appealed to guys who like to drink and read books.
Yeah, drinking and read books, that's what I like to do. There is definitely a certain type of person, usually male, that's a Hold Steady fan, and you know, I think pretty well employed, maybe passed from his wife kind of thing. Growing up in the suburbs, a lot of the stuff that comes into my songs, I was thinking, are things like parking lots and frontage roads and things that are almost universal suburban things, you know? Early on in the Hold Steady, this guy came up to me after one of the shows and said, you know what? We were doing the same thing in Pittsburgh as you guys were doing in Minneapolis. And I was like, yeah, driving around, listening to music.
Look at us. This is a good sandwich.
Yeah.
Good sandwich.
There you are.
There we are.
When did they start putting up all these stars with all the names on?
And I'm guessing probably about 10 years ago. Minneapolis. There another one. See, Suicide Commandos. Another one. The Time. That's who I saw Prince with. One that goes, Oak Tree. When it comes to dancing, I'm the best. Oak Tree. Remember Disco? Come on. Aw, I didn't even realize we were next to each other, and that was my buddy. I mean, it means a lot to me because this is the best place in all of the US of A.
How did you meet Lizzo originally?
I'd heard of her, and I really loved her song, Batches and Cookies. I mean, you know, I DJ, so I would like play that.
I got my 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 I got my
That's where we are in Minneapolis. This is a strange place.
This is strange. We're at the beach, man. We're at Cedar Lake. We call it Hidden Beach. So it used to be more hidden than it is now.
And it used to be the place where people would come and like secretly party, right?
Secretly party. People still secretly party, but you know sometimes the cops come through now because they caught wind. Summers are nice. Winters are character building.
That's a very nice way to look at it.
I know. Not this last winter. This last winter wrecked lives. Wrecked my life. But you get cold, go inside, you make music, you come out in the spring with an album.
What are the live shows like in Minneapolis? Is it a good live music scene?
Yes. Oh my God. There can be like 3 shows in the same genre in one night, and they could all be super packed, if not sold out. It's amazing. And the electronic scene is crazy here. Punk scene, crazy here. The genres are so rich with awesome talent and dope bands.
I remember feeling like I was really lucky. My parents moved here because I got to experience when I came of age and started going to shows, things like The Replacements and Husker Du, at a time when those bands were really happening, and Minneapolis is a real center of kind of alternative music.
Actually, Tiny Tim married a woman from Minneapolis, and he lived here, and this is where he died, was in Minneapolis. So I guess we got a little tiny, you know, everyone's got to tiptoe through the tulips.